loses a lot of its flavour for me, but some people like it. Number 3. What was the last film you saw at the cinema? The last film I saw at the cinema was an Australian movie called Tracks, which starred Mia Wasikowska, I think I got her name right, and it's based on a true story, and it's about a woman called Robin Davidson who decided to go and travel the length of the Australian outback with nothing but 4 camels and her dog. And it was a very emotional, very, very good film. Number 4. What is your favourite TV show? I watch a few TV shows. My favourite at the moment that is airing is a show called Orphan Black, which is a BBC America production, and it's very good. And there's, it's all about a group of clones who discover that they are clones, and it's about the corporation who created them and how they're trying to track them down. And it's very dark, funny, sci-fi action adventure series. All the clones are played by an actress called Tatiana Maslany, who's a Canadian actress, I think. She could be American. I think she's Canadian. And she is absolutely incredible because you forget that all the roles are being played by one actress. I mean, not all the roles, but all of the clones, because they're all so different and portrayed so differently that you don't even, once you've watched a couple of episodes, you just completely believe in the characters. But I also like The Good Wife. That's been one of my favourite shows for a few years now, because it's just generally a very strong, very good show. Scandal, which is very cheesy and fluffy, but it's very good. I also like stuff like American Horror Story, Once Upon a Time, Modern Family, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, a lot of American stuff, but then British stuff. I suppose stuff like Doctor Who, or the chat shows like Alan Carr, Graham Norton. So yeah. Number 5. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Part of me really wants to live in New York, because I've been a few times and I really enjoy the buzz and the energy of the city, and it's a great place if you really always want to find something to do. Like, I love the Met, which is an art museum in New York, and I've been around it once and I'm absolutely obsessed with it and I love it. Part of me really wants to live in somewhere like Paris or Rome, somewhere kind of older and, more, I suppose, romantic, really. I don't know. I haven't thought enough ahead, really. Number 6. What did you have for breakfast? I had a fairly big breakfast because I didn't really have lunch, and it was a big plate of scrambled eggs with buttered toast and orange juice, and yeah, it's really nice. Number 7. What is your favourite cuisine? I kind of like a few different cuisines, and I'm always open to trying more. Like, I eat a lot of Italian food and a lot of Indian and Chinese, and occasionally a bit of Mexican, and it'd be really nice to have a proper try of Japanese or Thai, or there's a million different kind of foods out there that I'd love to try. I can't decide on a favourite, sorry. What foods do you dislike? Kind of random ones, like onions. I just can't stand onions for some reason. No idea why. I think it's the texture rather than the taste. Yeah, I'm sure there are lots of onions. Is the other one going to my mind at the moment. Number 9, favourite place to eat. Oh, that depends what you want to eat and when. There are a couple of local restaurants in my city which are very good at Chinese food and Indian food respectively, and they are oh gosh, I forgot now. The Indian place is called the Sands. There's another Chinese place, Maxis, and that's it, because I live in Leeds, in West Yorkshire, in the UK. But yeah, they're both really good places to go if you want like solid, good food. And for dessert, there's loads of places. One of my favourite is in Leeds, Trinity. There is a shop that's part of a gym called Joe DeLucci's, and they do the best gelato ice cream in the world. I absolutely love it. And they sell bottles of one of my favourite drinks there, which is Orangina, and you can't get the little bottles in most supermarkets. So whenever I see the bottles, I always have to buy a couple just to stock up, really. Number 10, the favourite dressing. I don't really have one. I'm not a big dressing person. I don't like, all the different kind of stuff you can just put all over it. If I'm doing chicken or something for myself, I will heavily season it. But that's just like salt and pepper and maybe a bit of paprika or saffron, or I don't know. 11. What kind of vehicle do you drive? I do not drive. I am a terrible driver. I really am. Yeah. Sorry. Number 12. What are your favourite clothes? Recently I've realised I've kind of either unconsciously or not begun sort of go into a kind of stricter colour palette, so I have a lot of dark stuff in there for work. But then when I'm not at work, when I'm like hanging around the house and going out with friends, there's a lot of kind of relaxed kind of polo shirts, t-shirts. I don't really wear jeans because I wore jeans for a long time, and then I realised that they just didn't fit me and I wasn't comfortable enough. So I switched to cargo pants, which are much more enjoyable and roomy, and they just look better on me than jeans do. So I love Converse sneakers though, or trainers in the UK. Absolutely love them. I've got about 8 or 9 pairs collected over the years from gifts and thrift shops and eBay and so forth. Number 13. Where would you visit if you had the chance? Oh god, there are so many places. New York again, Paris, Rome. I'd love to go to Istanbul. I'd love to go to Japan. I'd love to, Australia. I'd love to see Egypt again. There are tons of places. All with their own incredible cultures, and I'd love to be able to sort of see them and experience them. Okay, question 14. Cup half empty or half full? Half full, generally. I'm not always the most optimistic person, but I generally am, so I generally think the cup's half full. Number 15. Where would you want to retire? Part of me has had this kind of idea of settling down in Midwest America, in like a little suburb somewhere, with me and someone I care about, and then, raising a family and just living our lives there. So maybe there, or London, or here in Leeds, or I don't know. favourite time of day. I am too. I really love sunrise because if I've got enough sleep, if I've had an early night and I've woken up to see the sunrise, then that is a great way to start my day, and it usually means I'm more inspired to be productive and have a great day and all that sort of thing. And I also really enjoy this time of night because I'm recording this sort of early night-ish, about 10, 11 o'clock at night. I really enjoy this because it's when people start to settle down and the world becomes a bit quieter. It's nice. Alright, number 17, where were you born? I was born at St James's Hospital in Leeds, which for those of you who aren't aware, Leeds is a city in the north of the United Kingdom. Sorry. Yeah, Leeds is a city. And St James is like one of the, I think it's the major hospital for Leeds. My mum works there, has worked there for a long time. But yeah, I was born there. Number 18, what's your favourite sport to watch? I have really recently, in the past couple of years, gone into American football, into the NFL. I have no idea why it's such a random sport to get involved in, but I think I enjoy the amount of sort of spectacle that North Americans, really, all Americans, really, give to it as a pastime and as a sport. And I think it's enjoyable to watch, and I love learning about it because even though I've been watching it for a couple of years, I understand maybe about 20% of what's going on. And I've recently got my dad and my brother into it, which is great because on Sunday nights we all settle down and watch it. Alright. Number 19. Who do you think will not tag you back? I'm not really that fussed about it, to be honest. Because this is only my third video, and I don't think I've made a big enough presence at the moment to have people who would tag me back or for me to tag people or whatever. Number 20, person you expect to tag you back first. Again, I'm not really going to tag everyone, I'm going to leave it as an open tag for people to do whatever they want with. To anyone who was curious about the responses to this, anyone who listens to it, to be honest. 22, birdwatcher. No, I've never really been into that. I know people who have, and I know enough about a couple of kinds of birds to be able to go, oh, that's a so-and-so, but not religiously. Number 23, are you a morning person or a night person? I am someone who desperately wants to be a morning person, to sort of get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and, you know, be full of energy and go for a walk and then, you know, have all this energy and then have an early night, but my natural tendency leads me towards being a kind of night owl. You know, I get most sort of creative and my brain gets more fired up towards the evening, so I suppose it makes true, but if I really put my mind to it, I coordinate when I go to bed and everything. I can be a good morning person, and I have to be. Sometimes when I'm working particularly early shifts, I have to be a good morning person. But yeah, mostly a night person, basically. Number 24, do you have any pets? I do. In the past few months, me and my family have got a dog. We got him a week or so before Christmas. His name is Diesel. He is an English Springer Spaniel, and sweet, very cute and mischievous, and for every amount of sort of naughtiness he does, there's no malice in him. He's a very sweet, good-natured dog. And he has just turned 7 months old, so he's still got a bit of growing to do. And yeah, we love him. We've never had a dog before or any kind of really active pet, so yeah. Number 25, any new and exciting news you'd like to share? No, not really. I'm really enjoying my new job. I've been working there a couple of months now, and it's very different, intense kind of work, but yeah, I am really enjoying it. In fact, I've got an early start in the morning. I'm working there 12 hours in the morning, but because it's part-time, which I enjoy because it means I can help out around the house and not go mad. Yeah. Is there any other news? I don't think so. I'm going away on holiday in a couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's it. Number 26. What did you want to be when you were little? Oh God, I think I wanted to be a doctor because my mum's a nurse, so I think I wanted to do something in that field that had helped people. Yeah, because me and my mum have always been quite similar. And then for a time I wanted to be a journalist because I loved writing, and I still do to this day, and I love writing articles and so forth. But then I discovered last year when I went on an unpaid journalism editorial internship that as much as I enjoy writing, I could not do it full time because it just drains you. Or it does for me anyway. There are people out there who do it all day, every day, and they are incredible at doing it. So, is there anything else I wanted to be? No, I'm sure there were plenty of other things I wanted to be, but those are the only two prominent ones I can think of. 27, what is your best childhood memory? Oh, I've got quite a few. I mean, I had a fairly, happy childhood. Stuff like, playing in the snow or going on nice holidays or, rainy days in with my mum and my brother, and it was just nice. There's not one particular one that really stands out for me. Sorry, that's really boring. 28, cat or dog person? Oh, dog person all the way. I think I'm allergic to cats. I'm pretty sure I am. But no, even though I'm a bit of an introvert, so people are like, wow, I think you'd prefer cats, but no, dogs, they get me out. I've never been more sociable than when I have been since owning a dog. Like, you just talk to people about anything, and it's really good for me. Yeah, and they're just more affectionate and loving, and yeah, at least in my experience. Number 29, are you married? No. No, chance would be a fine thing. I do hope to be someday though, or, maybe, I don't know. Number 30, always wear your seatbelt. I do, always. I've seen too many safety videos when I was in primary school, but also, with my mum being a nurse, she always tells me horror stories about people who come into the hospital, and yeah. Number 31, being a car accident. No, I've been extremely fortunate and lucky that I've never been involved in one. Number 32, any pet peeves? I mean, if we talk about personality traits, I cannot stand genuine arrogance in people. Like, there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Like, confidence is fine, you are sort of knowing who you are and, the kind of principles that you live your life to and everything, and disregard other people's emotions, and it's selfish, and I've never responded to it. But then it's like usual pet peeves as well. It's like the bullying, and because I was bullied a bit as a kid, so I just cannot stand people like that. Number 33, favourite pizza topping. Okay, there's a couple that are normal. There's one that's a bit weird. The normal ones are like pepperoni or like meat. Like the meat lovers pizzas you always find in any kind of takeaway place or pizza or whatever. The kind of random one I love is anchovies, which is completely bizarre, and I didn't know I liked anchovies until I went to an Italian restaurant place for, I think it was like my 15th birthday, and my dad had one on a pizza, and he said try it, and I took a bite, and I just loved it, because it's the saltiness really balances well with a really good pizza. I just really enjoy it, because I kind of enjoy salty food. I mean, I have a sweet tooth, but I love salty food. Number 34, favourite flower. For a long time, my favourite flowers were sunflowers, because I just thought they were just beautiful to look at and useful, and But I've recently discovered that there's a particular kind of white rose that I don't know the name of, and if anybody knows, you can help me. That has an incredible sweet scent. It's almost like vanilla, and it smells absolutely incredible. And I used to, at the internship place, they used to have a nearby garden, and it used to be full of them. And on my break, I always used to stop and have a good smell of the roses, or if I arrived early for work, I used to have a good sniff of them, because they were so incredibly sweet and they looked incredible. So yeah, on pure scent it would have to be white roses, but I still love sunflowers. Yeah. Number 35, favourite ice cream. A hard one. If we're talking like ice cream, then you can't go wrong with Ben and Jerry's. Like Ben and Jerry's fish food is incredible, but then the half-baked is really nice. Magnums, very nice. I think they've just released a couple of special edition ones for their 25th anniversary. One is a champagne flavoured one, and the other is caramel, and the champagne's in a kind of silver coated chocolate, I think like silver coloured, and the caramel one is in gold, and they're really nice. I've really been getting into gelato, which is like ice cream, but it's a bit creamier, it's a bit more enjoyable. And Nacho Delucci's is very, very nice. Apparently they sell in cartons in Tesco's, which is a supermarket chain in the UK. But they don't do my favourite flavour, which is creme caramel, which is absolutely gorgeous. This caramel swirl, and it's absolutely divine. If you try it, you'll love it. 36, favourite fast food restaurant. I don't really go to fast food restaurants much anymore. Like, I occasionally used to nip in to McDonald's if I was with friends or something. Like, if we'd gone to bowling or movies or gone to the pub or something and we were all hungry, we used to just nip in there because it was cheap, really. Never much of a big Burger King fan. I mean, the stuff's nice, but I just never used to go in. I think it would have to be just McDonald's then, just based off use, because it was the one I visited most in childhood and like adolescence. Number 37, how many times did you fail your driver's test? That's kind of invalid things. I never actually got around to taking mine. I passed the theory. I just scraped through on the theory. Yeah, but I never actually got around to taking my regular driving test, and to be honest, at the moment in time, I'm not that fussed about driving. Number 38, from whom did you get your last email? While I've been talking, an email's just come into my inbox. I think it's from Pocket. basically, if you see an article or a web page that you particularly want to save, for like reading for later, and I do that a lot because I'm always doing something, and if I see an article, I want to save it and read it for later. Then I add it to Pocket, and what Pocket does, it kind of just stores them all offline, so you can read them whenever, at any point, which is fantastic. And the email is just about articles this week I might be interested in. That's coming in about sort of 10 minutes. Number 39, from which store would you choose to max out your credit card? Well, if I had a credit card, I've just got a debit. I would choose. I have recently discovered the joy that is Kiehl's, the skincare company, because I have really bad oily skin. Sorry, you don't need to know this, but I just tried their products recently, and it's really good stuff, and it all looks really good, so I'd go max it out on there, but then also like L'Occitane, who have some great stuff, or I don't know, like Waterstones, which is a bookshop, because I love books. Every time I go into Waterstones, I tell myself, you don't need to buy any books, you don't need to buy any books, and I always come out with at least two new ones, because I just can't resist. Thought to do anything spontaneous lately. I bought a new bag, which I didn't really need, but I'd seen it and I thought, oh, it looks really nice there. And it's a flight bag for when I go away in a few weeks. And it's really nice, and yeah, I used to just have the same old black bag, which I've still got, and it used to be really good and big and everything, but it looks a bit of a shambles at the moment, so I bought a new one. So yeah, it's really nice. It's from Paper Chase. Number one, like your job? Yes, I love my job. It is very hard work because it's kind of care, without giving you too much information about it. Yeah, it is rewarding, but also it kind of, because I was unemployed for a few months, and it's nice just to have a job, as kind of weird as that sounds. But now I really do enjoy it because you get to work with all kinds of people, and it's about care, and I think I've really benefited from it. It's helped me sort of grow as a person with the stuff you have to do. You do kind of have to get rid of all kinds of pride and, vanity and all that sort of thing, and it does really sort of change the way you think. Like I said, I really enjoy the fact that it's part-time because it means that I can have a good mix between home life and work life, because I've got sort of not really defined hours, but I've got a defined amount of hours per week rather than sort of a number of days, so I really enjoy that at the moment. Number 42, broccoli. Apparently I used to love it as a kid. I don't eat it now. It could be really nice. It's never really come across my plate enough for me to try it. Number 43, what was your favourite vacation? I've had a few. There was one in Egypt a few years ago that was really nice. And it was in this massive kind of hotel resort, because there was loads of pools and an aqua bar, and yeah, there was some great restaurants, so that was really nice. But then I loved going to New York, not the most recent time, which was okay, but the first or second time, which was really nice, before Christmas when everything was a bit magical. Yeah. Number 44, last person you went out to dinner with. I last went out to dinner with my best friend, and we went to an Italian place a few celebrating the fact that I had got a job. Yeah, and it was really nice. I'd never been to the Italian place in question, which is part of a big chain, but I'd never been. And yeah, it was really nice. Pizza's really good. Yeah. Number 45. What are you listening to right now? I'm not listening to anything at the moment. Because actually, it's the best way to record is sort of silence, but I will be listening to some music on my iPod soon before I go to sleep. I'm trying to think of songs recently that I've really liked. I really, really like the new Ella Henderson single, which is her debut, and it's called Ghost, and it's this big kind of dramatic Paloma Faith, Florence and the Machine style, like pop song, and it's really good. I also quite like the new Coldplay album, which is a bit darker and a bit moodier for them, and also the Duck Sauce album, which is really fun and energetic, and it's great for summer, because what I've been doing is I've been compiling kind of like a summer playlist really for when I go away, full of songs that I've loved over the past few years, and then songs that as they come out and I really enjoy them, I buy. So yeah. Number 46, what is your favourite colour? It's really boring. Blue. But I really enjoy like a kind of azure sky blue. Like it's different names, like it's cerulean, which I love that word. Yeah, it's my bedroom walls that colour, and it's so relaxing and enjoyable. Yeah. Number 47, how many tattoos do you have? I don't have any, but I have been intending for the past 5 years to get one. Without much success. So, yeah, I really am intending to get one, though I have a vague idea about what to get. It's just sort of timing. I'm trying to find a decent place to go to because I don't know tattoo shops that well. Number 48. How many are you taking with this quiz? I'm just taking everyone. Number 49. What time did you finish this quiz? Exactly 11:15 at night, so 23:15 GMT time. And number 50. Coffee drinker? No. Well, I do drink it very, very occasionally, like once every couple of years. But I have to have it really sweetened, because I cannot stand the taste of proper, like, bitter coffee. So I really have it sweetened with, like, caramel or chocolate or whatever. But I honestly, in the past few years, gone from being someone who didn't drink tea, and I'm a full-on tea drinker now, but it's only like fruit teas, which weird to people at work because they just have tea out of a cup, and I always bring like orange or blackcurrant vanilla or peppermint. It's like I've been on Adagio, which is a fantastic sort of home blend tea website, and I've got a couple of Harry Potter teas, and one of them I'm not that keen on. I think it's the Veritaserum. It's kind of chocolatey and hazelnut to me, and I'm not that keen on it. But there's another one called the Drafted Peas, which is like apricot and vanilla, and I really like that. That's the one I'd buy again when it runs out. It's all loose tea, and I've got a cavity out of IKEA for £6. Yeah, it's great to be able to use it, and I feel very posh doing it. Okay, so that has been the ASMR 50 Goofy Question Stack. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry for any background disturbances. I tried to keep this as quiet as possible, trying to film it as late as possible. better than